So we all remember the annoying mess that was Moon Called, and then the rough start to the series that was Stormfront. During the course of these book reviews, I've made it apparent that urban fantasy is not my preferred genre. However, a chance purchase from Barnes & Noble back in 2015 had been sitting on my shelves this entire time, and I had barely done more than read the back cover. But when I was searching for my next book to read, the cover to Hounded caught my eye. It was published in 2011 and written by Kevin Hearn, and the book even starts with an Irish pronunciation guide to help enrich the overall experience. Could this be the urban fantasy that broke the streak? Well, assuming you didn't read the description of this video and spoil the answer for yourself, let's find out. The plot. There really isn't much that I can say here without getting into spoilers. The plot starts out as the main character, Atticus Sullivan, just living life, staying hidden from Angus Og, the Irish god of love who's been trying to kill him for the last few centuries. Atticus gets involved in a few episodes here and there, usually caused by some rogue deity or creature. The main drive of the plot hits around the halfway mark, but it does get rather exciting, thanks in large part to our hero. And speaking of which, main character. Atticus Sullivan is a 2,000-year-old Irish druid, the last of the druids in fact, living in modern-day Arizona and is in hiding from Angus Og. He owns a small shop, selling knickknacks and herbal supplements, some of which are actually magical. I bet that'll beat your prescription boner pills. Atticus was an amusing character, quick-witted, friendly, flowing with Irish charm, and a powerful fighter, but I'll get to that last point later. He surrounds himself with other supernatural creatures, like his werewolf lawyer, or the deities who visit him from time to time. The way he was written was the biggest difference to the other urban fantasies I've read recently, and he's a lot of the reason why I plan on continuing this series soon. The world. The standard mold for urban fantasies almost requires vampires and werewolves, and this book is no exception. There are actually multiple different religions and mythological creatures wandering about, like Thor, a coven of witches, and most commonly, the pantheon from Irish myth. Aside from Angus Og, the most influential of these characters is the Morrigan, the Irish god of death. She appears either as a crow or a beautiful, naked woman. She and Atticus have a deal together, in which she will never reap Atticus' soul. This might make Atticus sound immortal, but the Morrigan is not the only death deity around, and any one of them could kill the aged druid. Atticus is very cunning, appropriately so after millennia of living among the mystical, but he can still be tricked and used, something which makes him well-rounded as a character. Side characters. Atticus alone could probably carry this story, but thankfully the other characters around him are written just as well as he is. For one, there's Oberon, Atticus' Irish wolfhound whom he's able to communicate with telepathically. Oberon is an obedient mix of what most people would think a dog would think about, and a 5-year-old kid. He gets a lot of amusing lines, such as his routine begging for sausages, and serves as a confidant for Atticus to rely upon. And of course, there's Bjorn Hawk, better known as Hal. Hal is a werewolf lawyer and helps Atticus out of binds every now and then, both legal and magical. He was a good guy and also has some good lines, but his stern professionalism was the polar opposite to Atticus' boyish charm. A character like this provides balance within the story, and I do appreciate a good guy lawyer who knows how to kick ass with some legalese. Hats off to you, Foggy Nelson. Magic. Finally, there's the magic of the world. Since Atticus is a druid, he gets his power from the earth itself, which he uses to cast wards, attack enemies, and heal himself. He's also able to transform, like when he turns into a dog to hunt or play with Oberon. Something unique to Atticus is his ability to use iron in his work, hence the title of the Iron Druid. Iron is naturally able to block magic and negate its effects, yet Atticus, through centuries of study, has found a way to use it to his advantage. It's an impressive feat, but not overly used. Atticus doesn't walk in as an unstoppable badass that no one can touch. In fact, it's quite clear why he's been on the run for so long, since Angus Og could still kill him easily enough. Rating. I'm glad I picked up this book. The characters are fun, the world is interesting, the comedy just works, and the pacing is great, with some new cliffhanger ready to hit you at the end of every other chapter. I'm definitely going to continue this series so I can see where it leads. Also to see who would win in a fight, Atticus Sullivan or Harry Dresden. Overall, Hounded is definitely a page-turner, well worth the read. So, have you read the book? What did you think? If not, do you want to read it now? Whatever your thoughts, comment below and stay tuned for more.